Getting a heavy payload to another planet requires overcoming Earth's gravity well, a task that currently demands an immense amount of chemical energy. The Tsiolkovsky rocket equation dictates an exponential relationship between spacecraft speed and the required mass. For Mars, this math is brutal. Roughly 80% of total launch weight must be inert propellant, leaving very little room for actual equipment. Properly surveying the Martian surface requires heavy-duty instruments, things like deep penetrating radar to locate water, and high-powered laser arrays for atmospheric analysis. These instruments are too heavy and require too much power to fit within the narrow payload limits of a standard chemical rocket. One proposal to bypass this weight limit is to launch a Starship carrying the necessary scientific instruments, but leaving Earth with no interplanetary fuel on board. By sourcing the fuel after the initial launch, the mission can dedicate its entire mass capacity to heavy-duty scientific infrastructure. This vessel, an electromagnetic microwave plasma propulsion craft, enters low Earth orbit as a dry payload, carrying only its science suite and high-output power systems. It spends several months navigating through dense bands of orbital debris, acting as an autonomous scavenger. To catch small, fast-moving fragments, the ship deploys aerogel nets. These structures match the debris velocity to absorb it safely without causing further fragmentation. Larger objects are managed with pulsed ablation lasers, which vaporize a small portion of the debris to create a controlled thrust, nudging the material toward the intake. This harvested aluminum and silicate junk is mechanically ground into a fine powder and stored in an onboard hopper. This process turns the debris, currently a major hazard to spaceflight, into the literal propellant required for the deep space journey. Inside the EMPP chamber, the pulverized debris is fed into a high-intensity microwave field, which ionizes the material into a superheated plasma. Strong electromagnetic fields then accelerate this plasma out of the nozzle at extreme speeds. This graph compares efficiency. Because the exhaust velocity is so high, the EMPP achieves a specific impulse that allows it to travel much further with a fraction of the mass required by chemical engines. The vessel fires its thrusters continuously, spending several weeks spiraling away from Earth and toward the Martian transfer window. By sourcing its reaction mass in orbit, the mission avoids the initial penalty of lifting its interplanetary fuel through Earth's atmosphere. On arrival, the vessel uses its high-efficiency engines to spiral into a low-altitude polar mapping orbit. Because the spacecraft isn't weighed down by fuel tanks, it arrives with a massive atmospheric laser sounding suite. These heavy lasers allow the craft to measure best storm propagation and carbon dioxide fluctuations in real time, even through dense Martian weather. It also carries a deep synthetic aperture radar system. The massive solar arrays that powered the engine during transit now feed the radar, allowing it to map subsurface water ice deposits locked in the Martian regolith. The high power output further supports a gigabit laser relay, allowing surface rovers to send massive amounts of data directly back to Earth. Any Earth debris still in the hopper acts as a long-term fuel reserve, allowing for decades of orbital maintenance. This remaining mass also grants the vessel the maneuverability to alter its orbit, allowing it to perform close-range surveys of moons like Phobos. By utilizing the debris in Earth's orbit as a resource, we turn an environmental hazard into a high-capacity scientific platform for the study of the Martian system.